Hey YouTube, I finally bought a charging cord for my iPod so I can make more videos. You can see that is not original, or original to the build anyway. If you're gonna think and remember what muffler used to be here. Right here was a 3-horse Briggs & Stratton muffler. You can see I kind of did some drilling in there that poured it out a little. Because this probably really isn't enough flow for this engine. I just had it bolted on right there. So, what I have now is a Yamaha Bravo 250 muffler. It's much quieter. This is a snowmobile muffler, like a 2-stroke snowmobile. It's a lot bigger. You can see my hands are huge. This is like 2-inch pipe right here. So what I basically did is this used to come over and it would go into the 2-stroke motor. I cut that off and I welded a washer to the front so no air could leak out. Drilled a hole with a hole saw into the side, stuck this pipe in about that far, and then welded around it. And then I welded this bracket, welded these bolts to the trailer frame. So if I pull this bolt, those 2 bolts, I can take the muffler off. I just got done sorting out a fuel issue with this engine. So I'll go ahead and open this up quick. So, what I did was, it would run and then just start bogging down. It would never rev back up. So I ended up finding out that there was air getting in the fuel system. So I took a clear line right here, and I put it from here to here, and it seemed like the air was coming from this way almost, from the pump. So what I ended up doing was I plugged off the return lines. I had this line plugged off and this line plugged off. This is the injector return line, or no, I had this line going to the tank, the injector return, and I had the fuel pump pressurizing the injection pump, which means I plugged off this air line, they call it in the manual. Basically what it does is the fuel from the pump comes through here, goes through what used to be a filter in here, now it's just a water separator. I got 2 of these in the system. And then it would come up and go to the injection pump, and the rest would come up and go right back to the tank through here. And I think there's a little bit of a restriction right here, so it wants to go in here more than it does out here, but it can still go out here. Well, what I ended up doing was plugging that with this, so it put pressure to the pump, and then it ran great. But I thought that's probably not right. You're probably not supposed to put like how much pressure that pump makes, like 3 psi to that pump. So I don't know, like I loosened this up and I kind of brought it from here to down here, and I put this clear line on, and the air went away, so I put this black line back on. The original line was a green Tygon line, and those obviously don't work with diesel fuel because that was a lot of the problem too. So I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but I have a battery charger in here now. That works good. Also, the fan burned out, so I put the fan off the Willie CJ 2-way on in here, since that doesn't really seem to need that. Electric fan hasn't been hooked up on that for a while anyway. So, guess we can do a cold start. I had it once running once already today, but it's still pretty much cold. I mean, I feel a little bit of warmth on it, but it's probably like 70 degrees, and it's probably like 65 out right now. So if you listen, probably you can hear the pump. You can hear the water pump down there. Glow plug is down. Start is up. I'm not even going to use the glow plugs. So. There's no exhaust leaks. I can plug it. if you've probably seen, I plugged the outlet and it doesn't leak exhaust. It built up a lot of pressure in that thing. So it was just an update to the diesel generator, and it seems to be working good now. I was originally, when it started bogging down like that, I had 4,000 watts running off this thing. It was doing fine, then all of a sudden it bogged down, so I unplugged everything and it wouldn't ever catch back up. So I have this heater and that heater, they're both 1,500 watts, plus that battery charger is like 300 to 500, I can't remember. So it's running about 3,500 with both of those running. You can't hardly tell a difference in the engine RPM or the sound or anything, so. Alright, I'll let that sum up this video. Diesel generator's been doing really good except for that fuel issue and the exhaust I just put on, but that wasn't a problem, so. Alright, take care.